Hello, everyone. This is Malcolm McDowell, but of course, you know that. Now, I'm here doing a video or cameo for the Nerdolândia Power, and this is all to all of you from Marco, who I'm sure is a friend, and he wants to. He was reaching out to me. He says you're a group of friends who meet to discuss selected movies. Well, how lovely is that? I think it's a wonderful thing to do, actually. And of course, there are so many great movies out there. Some of the movies that I love, well, anything with Jimmy Cagney. I just love that man. One of my favorite older movies is The Maltese Falcon. It's a classic. John Huston's one of his first, and I think maybe his first, actually. You should see it. Humphrey Bogart's in it. Sidney Greenstreet. Mary Astor. It's a fantastic film. And okay, let's talk about modern times. I don't get too old here. I think the best film I've seen, certainly American film I've seen in the last 30 years or so, is Fargo. I think it's one of the great classics, and it just pips out Marty Scorsese's Goodfellas, which I also think is a masterpiece. And of course, all the Godfathers are really good, but that's over 50 years ago. But I'll tell you this, it may be nice to look at a few of my movies. I've got a few that really are in the category of classics. The first one is If, directed by Lindsay Anderson. It's about a revolution in a boys' school. And it's made a huge impact, especially in the UK when it came out, because, of course, we made it in England, and everything in it, it's about really the establishment in England and sticking a dagger right through its heart. There's If, and I made another movie with Lindsay called Oh Lucky Man, which I wrote the original synopsis for. I came up with the idea, in other words, put it on a piece of paper and gave it to Lindsay and said, this is your next film, which she looked at me rather skeptically and said, well, you better call the writer of If, David Sherwin, which I did. And we started on the screenplay. But I guess why I'm talking about these films is that If led me to Stanley Kubrick. And now his widow told me, Christiana Kubrick told me, well after Stanley had passed, the story of how I was cast. Now, he'd never told me this. So he was watching. He wanted to see If because it got incredible reviews, and it was quite a sensation in England at the time, 1969, or right at the tail end of it. Yeah, no, 69, actually. And apparently Stanley had a projectionist on call at his house 24/7. The great man wanted to see a film in the middle of the night. No, he saw it. So he sent for If. He watched it, and apparently he watched my entrance into the movie and the first scene I played, hit the intercom, told the projectionist to relace the reel, and watched it again, and he did that 4 times. After the last time, he looked at Christiana and said, "We found our Alex." So there you are. Not many people know that. So there you are. I give it to you. And I hope, because you're interested in film, that will interest you. If not, well, I'm sorry. Anyway, I think if you're really smart, you're into it, I think it'd be fun to watch Clockwork Orange next, don't you? Anyway, listen. Happy holidays to all of you. All the Nerdolândia Power. And you, Marco, all the very best. Happy New Year from me. That is, as you know, Malcolm McDowell.